Okay, so a friend of mine calls me and says, Chef, I want some vegan cheddar cheese. Now, one challenge was that he does not eat nuts. He's allergic to nuts and he doesn't want any sort of milk. He doesn't eat or drink any kind of milk. Now, I know that there is a lot of people out there, thousands and thousands of them, who also are allergic to nuts. So this recipe is dedicated to you out there. Okay, but without further ado, let us get on with it. Just want to emphasize that this is not a grateable cheese. It is not a grateable cheese. Here I concentrated more on the flavor side of things. All I wanted was to make sure that I produce something that is so rich in terms of smoky flavor and mature cheddar cheese flavor. That's where we are concentrating, and definitely we're going to be able to achieve that. Watch and learn. Already by frying these vegetables, the flavor that we're going to achieve here is going to be out of this world. So in terms of the pepper, is just to make sure that the oil stick to it, and then after that you just put it direct on the charcoal so we can achieve what we want super easy and fast. Look at that pepper, guys. Okay, so just a quick tip on how to peel this pepper very easy. While it's hot, wrap it with a cling wrap just for a few minutes. Take it off and you will see it will be able to peel off very easy. And remember, you don't want to peel off everything. You just want to leave a bit, because remember, we're looking for that smoky flavor. Okay, look at this thing here. This is what you're looking for. Again, you don't have to use this type of cooking. I mean, you can just pop them in the oven. You can use whatever type of cooking that you prefer. But if you do that, then you won't have smoky flavor, which means you might need to add liquid smoke. Now it's getting interesting. As you can see now, this is my cassava, and I'm sure you can see the ices from the freezer. If you have been following me, you know that I use this a lot, especially for my meat alternatives. Okay, now I'm making cassava starch. You don't have to go through this stress. You can just use tapioca starch, which is still fine, but I don't like that because I know if I use that, my cheese is not going to be as stretchy as I would love. This is one of my secrets. So guys, as you know, there's always 4 things involved, always 4. But I always tell you those 4 things. So today I decide not to tell you. So just for me to see that you've been following me, just comment down below. Let me see those 4 things and I will tell you, I'll respond, I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. But this is what I want to say. Because this recipe doesn't have milk or nuts or some sort, I'll be explaining certain things along the way. You really need to tune in order to understand what's happening, and in case you want to make this recipe. You can actually use cheesecloth here, but I didn't have that, so I used my clean dishcloth. Once you have skimmed off the froth, you can just add fresh clean water, and the starch will sit at the bottom. You can do this over and over again until you are happy, and basically that's your starch. I so love to use fresh things. You know, guys, I always go for the difficult route. You don't have to. You can just use your typical turmeric, you know, the powdered one. I like this route. Anyway, if you're gonna do it like me, rather wear gloves. And this thing actually, it has damaged my cutting board over the years. I tried to wash it off, but yeah, it's difficult too. But this is what I love. Okay, so here I used vegan butter. You don't have to. You can always use coconut oil. Just make sure that the coconut oil you're going to use is odorless, because you don't want your cheese to smell like coconut. By the way, my name is Chef TJ, and if you're enjoying what you're seeing now, if there's any value of some sort, please hit that subscription button, smash the notification button, and without further ado, I'm sure you have noticed that here we didn't use like apple cider vinegar. The only thing we used that was sour is a bit of lemon juice when we're marinating the carrots, but that's not where the secret lies. The secret lies on using fermented starch water. That is what is giving us this wonderful taste. We do not have to use artificial stuff. Okay, so to achieve the mature cheddar cheese flavor, we used Kalamata olive water. You can always use just a simple green olive water. It is still fine. It's not going to achieve, you know, the strongest of flavor, but still you can get away with it. And by the way, guys, I've got a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean like a lot of recipes on the way. This cheddar cheese, for example, is not gratable, but I've got a lot of gratable cheeses. I mean, I've got one where I use tofu, I use nuts, I just go wild. I also specialize in seitan. I make yogurts, I make everything you can think of. And if you like what you've seen in this video, you probably would love to support me on my Patreon account. You can just go on the link, it's on the description, check it out, and I'll appreciate it if you happen to join. So here the whole idea is to taste the cheese, but we're gonna make lasagna. What I love about this lasagna is that it is gluten-free. So those that are allergic or don't eat gluten, don't want anything to do with gluten, here they can actually enjoy it. So but we definitely gonna make this recipe on a more detailed manner some other time, but here is just to taste the cheese. Guys, look at that white sauce. You know, I don't want to lie, this is one of my favorite recipe. This white sauce is just out of this world. As I said, it's not a gratable cheese. You just lay those tiny pieces there, and what I love about this thing, it melts and spread. Look at that, and spread. You'll see the stretchiness. It is stretchy, and that's what we want. So the stretchiness we achieved, the flavor we achieved. God. You really need to try this recipe. I mean, look at that color. And remember, this is not just the cheese, right? Of course, it is the sauce and the white sauce that we're making, and all those things. It's beautiful. It's something that you will really love to try. Maybe let me not comment, rather make the recipe and come here and tell us your thoughts. I'll try not to comment here, guys.